Okay, so yeah, I got a bunch of new Blu-rays, DVDs, and video games. Not all of them are mine. A couple of them are my brothers and sisters. But I just want to kind of show off all the stuff I get to play and watch. So yeah, let's look at this giant stack. It's a lot of stuff. Alright, so first off, we'll start with the video games. And these two are my brother bought using some Christmas money. And I know I'll end up playing it, but I'm not really excited to. But yeah, TNA Impact Wrestling. You know, I'm not a really a wrestling guy anymore. I used to like it. I'll probably give the game a try. I mean, wrestling games can offer some kind of entertainment, I guess. Probably won't review it. And this one, I'm excited to play again. I had it for PS3, and then I wrapped it a couple times, and then it really did sit there. I could not pick it up because I wrapped it, and it is really enjoyable. I was like, ah, hell. So I pawned it, and a couple months later, I regretted it. I'm like, you know, I probably should have kept it because I probably would have played it. Maybe make my kids play it if they're X-Men fans. And good thing my brother bought it again. X-Men Origins Wolverine, the Uncaged Edition. Now this is the one where Wolverines walk around gutting people and their guts spill. I have a speech impediment. Their guts spill out everywhere. It's like a gory X-Men game where Wolverine, it's basically the movie, but he's just running on gutting people, just slashing them to pieces, and I love it. You get a Sentinel fight and everything, that big-ass purple robot. It's really fun, and I pawned it and I regret it. I'm like, you know, that game really was cool, even if it didn't have the replayability factor for me, because I played it out, like I loved it, and then I played out so much that I was like, I can't pick it up. But I should have left it, but I got it for Xbox now, so I guess my brother saved me, and it's cool. You get like alternate Wolverine costumes. A very cool game. You know, I wasn't the biggest fan of the movie, and you know, movie-based video games is kind of a not very good things, but you know, whatever. I'll give it a try. It goes back to something I like, because the previous movie-based game of this little series, Spider-Man 2. Okay, Spider-Man 2 is amazing, so I got the Amazing Spider-Man. Well, my brother did. And it came with an outer case. This is for like Blu-rays and DVDs. I didn't know they did that with games. But you know, the movie, it felt so much like it was just touching on everything from the old movies. But you know, I'll give the game a try. Definitely won't be picking up the movie on Blu-ray or anything. Not that big a fan of it. But this game, I'll give it a try. I hear it's actually pretty good. Alright, so this next one is the one I got. And you know, I'm a big fan of the series, even though I haven't even played any of the games really. I played the one before this, and the other ones were just kind of like, I felt like, you know, they're a little bit too old and the graphics will be so poor that I won't be able to get into it. So, yeah, but I was a big fan of Hitman Blood Money, and now I got Hitman Absolution, and I'm excited to go around murdering people, although it is different. Admittedly, it is very different from the series. Because apparently, like, in Hitman Blood Money, you were able to, like, oh, equip this gun, this gun, this gun. I'm going to go into this Playboy Mansion party and I'm going to murder Santa Claus or whatever. And I'm going to do it with a sausage and a kitchen knife. And then you could also bring 2 pistols and a machine gun. It's like, yeah, it was very cool. And then I'm going to pick this old porn star, whatever the fuck his name is, and throw him off the top of the building and fly away in a helicopter. It's a very fun game. I still actually play it, and yeah, so I'm excited to try the newest chapter of the Hitman series. And this one my sister got. I'm a huge fan of this game. I love it. It might be one of my favorite games of all time. And so now we got it again. Bully, the Scholarship Edition. We had the original edition and just lost it somehow. It disappeared. Some jackass actually borrowed it, and then when he lost it, he didn't admit it. He admits. He'll say, oh, I brought it back. You didn't, you're a liar, so fuck you. And the next one, these are 4 DVDs my sister bought, though 2 of them I really wish I had bought. But I ran out of Christmas money, so I couldn't. But my sister, she bought Dark Shadows, and I'm interested in watching this. Not really because it's a Tim Burton movie, Johnny Depp, but here's why. Chloe Grace Moretz, you know, just... Next one, another Johnny Depp film. Donnie Brasco, also starring Al Pacino. I've actually never seen this, I must admit. And you know, I'm kind of excited to see it. Because I always heard it was really good, so... Donnie Brasco. And the next 2, I would have bought these myself. But yeah, I was out of money. I'm excited to rewatch them though. big favorites, The Emperor's New Groove and Lilo and Stitch. Two Disney movies, and I freaking love both. Emperor's New Groove is so funny. It's a classic in my mind. It is like an all-time classic. And Lilo and Stitch too. Lilo and Stitch was like one of my favorite. It introduces freaking culture to kids. I mean, if you're watching like, oh, Hawaii. I like Hawaii now. And Stitch is awesome. I mean, come on. You can eat a cake and barf it up against so you can eat it. That's the best pet you can ever have. And now we're into the stack of Blu-rays that I bought. And it's a pretty big stack. So first one, never seen it. I'm taking a gamble. I heard it's pretty good. Prometheus. I'm pretty excited about this one. It's got a lot of good actors. Charlize Theron, Idris Elba, Michael Fassbender. Directed by Ridley Scott from the Alien film. And well, it's a prequel to Alien, so I guess we'll see what I get out of this. I might review it, who knows. This one I really enjoyed. I ended up seeing it on Netflix. Didn't want to rent it or see it in theaters because I'm not really a fan of the series. I saw the first one after I saw this, and the first one's got some problems. It's not a great movie, but I enjoyed it. And so this is number 4, Mission Impossible Gross Proctologist. Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol. Also starring Jeremy Renner, Simon Pegg, and who's the actress lady? She's good. Paula Patton. She was good in the movie. Yeah, really fun movie. Probably the best of the series, but you don't have to try too hard. I mean, 2 and 3, I don't know. Got The Dark Knight Rises. And I have The Dark Knight, but it's the Steelbook, and I kind of want to get the 2-disc edition. So I went out and I got it. 2-disc edition, The Dark Knight. Oh, look at that, Heath Ledger. Amazing man. And then got Batman Begins. So now I'm going to have to make a whole bunch of room on my shelf because I got to fit all these Batman movies in there. And if I ever, good God, if I ever end up buying all the old 90s ones, no. I probably wouldn't put them near the Nolan ones because, to be honest, the 90s ones, none of them are nearly as good as the Nolan ones. And I don't want those rotten movies near mine. Not to say they're all rotten. I mean, Batman and Robin, though, good God. And I double dipped on 2 because I already had these next 2 movies on DVD. But, you know, for Blu-ray, it's just a good enough upgrade. And yeah, so here's the first one, Hitman, the unrated version. A very underrated film, I'd say. Not great. And this movie could have been better, but here's the reason it wasn't. 20th Century Fox. They are a horrible company, I must say. I mean, they mismanage their films so poorly. I mean, they screw up a lot of crap. Like, I'd have to get a list of all their movies, like the big budget ones. It's like, well, you know what? They screwed up all these years. Like, I mean, X-Men. Good God, look what they did to X-Men before First Class saved their ass. It's just they mismanage things. And this movie, there's a little story. The director put in a good movie because I saw a deleted scene where it's just like one scene was really good, but then it turns out at the very end of the shooting they fired the good director and brought in some hack and then reshot some stuff and added like a stupid sword fighting crap. It's like, good God. And here's the problem I got. Look at the Blu-ray. Look. You see it? A little bit of like wrinkling on the plastic case and over Timothy Olyphant's face. How dare you? Timothy Olyphant. And the next one also comes from 20th Century Fox. Not really a mismatched film. It never would have been all that great. But anyway. The Marine. Yeah, I really like this. It's a throwback to 80s action films, and it does it better than Expendables did. I haven't seen number 2 yet, but the first Expendables versus the Marine, John Cena's not even an action hero. He was a pro wrestler, and he did a better, like, throwback 80s action shoot-'em-up flick than the first one. And the next one comes with digital copy that expired. A couple of these movies come with digital copy that expired, and you know, that pisses me off. It's like, oh, thanks, jackass. It's like, oh, digital copy. Oh, it expired 4 years ago. But another John Cena film, 12 Rounds. This one, I think, is better than The Marine because it's more realistic. I mean, The Marine's basically John Cena as Rambo, but the second one's just him as a human being. So I finally picked up Heat, the Michael Mann classic, Al Pacino, hoo-ha, motherfucker, Robert De Niro. I don't know any De Niro impressions. And Val had me another cheeseburger, Kilmer. He used to be Batman, though. And these next 2 are the ones I must admit I'm most excited for out of all of these things we got. First one, never seen this film in my life. They had number 2 and 3, but I decided only to buy the first one. I'm gonna save 2 and 3 for another time, because I mean, Jesus, look how much stuff I got. But decided to watch it. Die Hard. I know number 5 is coming out soon, so thought might as well. It's an all-time classic, and you know, I want to see Die Hard. I want to love it like everyone else does. I don't know jack shit about Die Hard. And this next one, this was a Christmas present, and probably my favorite out of all of these. It's one of my all-time favorite films. I've got this one, and then I've also got the third of the series. Now I just need to pick up number 2. Toy Story. And it comes in Disney Blu-ray 3D, so if I ever get a 3D TV, definitely checking it out on that. It's got the Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy. I got a lot of stuff. Watch Toy Story however I want, and I'm so excited. I love Toy Story. Toy Story it's a classic. You can't say enough good things about Toy Story, or I can't anyway. I'm pretty sure most people can, but yeah. So those are all the new video games and movies that I've got, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I guess right here, because I'll probably film a little bit more, because I got 2 more video games coming, I think. So okay, so these are the final 2 games. I'm gonna review these along with Hitman. I'm not sure about all those games, but some of them are gonna get reviewed. These 2 for sure. So first one, WWE 13. Said before, I'm not a huge wrestling fan. You know, the 90s, early 2000s is kind of when I was a fan, and I just kind of dropped off after that. This has emphasis on reliving the 90s in wrestling, so that's kind of cool. And it's got The Rock in it, so I don't know. And Sleeping Dogs is the other one. I'm excited about Sleeping Dogs. Basically, it's kind of like The Departed, set in Hong Kong, like that movie Infernal Affairs. So it's like I get to play a game version of Infernal Affairs. That sounds cool. Pretty excited about it. So yeah, that's all the movies, video games, and stuff I got. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. And after this video goes up, I'll put up my Hitman Absolution review. Excited to review that. It's going to be fun. But no, I won't have a shaved head for the review. I just can't. Alright, so thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, and see you when I review Hitman.